Have you ever seen someone disrespect a hero, only to regret it moments later? Stay till the end of this story, because what happens when an entitled kid crosses paths with a single dad veteran guarding the tomb of the unknown soldier will leave you speechless. And if this story touches your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more inspiring true stories. It was a cold morning in Arlington National Cemetery. The air was still, heavy with silence and respect, the kind of silence that wrapped around the tomb of the unknown soldier like a sacred veil. Sergeant Daniel Hayes, a single-dad and decorated Army veteran, stood tall in his immaculate uniform. His boots gleamed, his shoulders square, every movement precise and purposeful. Daniel had served overseas for years, but this duty, guarding the tomb, meant more to him than any medal. It was his way of honoring the brothers he'd lost and the sacrifices that could never be repaid. His 8-year-old daughter, Lily, watched her father from the benches across the walkway. She was small, bright-eyed, her hair tied back in a ponytail with a pink ribbon. She came every Saturday, sketchbook in hand, drawing her dad as he performed the solemn, exact steps that few could truly understand. To her, he wasn't just a soldier, he was her hero, her protector, and her only parent. But that quiet morning took a turn. A group of tourists arrived, among them, a teenage boy named Josh and his mother. They were loud, laughing, taking selfies, not really caring about where they stood. The guard change was minutes away, and Daniel's movements grew deliberate, his every step echoing across the marble. Yet, amid that reverence, Josh scoffed loudly, his voice cutting through the hush. Why's he walking like that? Looks stupid. Just standing guard over an empty box. Lily's pencil froze on her page. A few visitors gasped. The silence deepened. But Daniel didn't flinch. His discipline ran deeper than pride. The oath of the tomb guard demanded silence, precision, and respect, no matter what happened around him. The boy's mother hushed him, embarrassed, but he shrugged, rolling his eyes. Whatever. It's just a show. And then, as if testing limits, Josh stepped forward, crossing the black rope barrier meant to protect the tomb. That was when Daniel's voice, sharp and thunderous, broke the stillness. It is requested that everyone maintain a level of silence and respect. The entire plaza froze. The power in his tone, the authority in his presence, it wasn't anger, it was reverence turned into command. Josh stumbled back, face red, realizing he'd crossed a line that words couldn't fix. His mother apologized again and dragged him away, her own eyes glistening with shame. The ceremony continued, and when it ended, Daniel finally stepped aside to rest. Lily ran up and hugged him tightly. He smiled faintly, but his eyes still held the weight of that moment. A few minutes later, someone tapped him on the shoulder. It was the same mother and son. Josh looked different now, quiet, eyes low, his earlier arrogance gone. He held a folded brochure from the Smitherees Visitor Center in his hand. Sir, the boy muttered, voice shaking. I'm sorry for what I said earlier. I didn't know what this place meant. I read about it just now. About the soldiers who never came home. Daniel studied him for a moment, the trembling hands, the flicker of remorse. Then he nodded. Respect isn't something you learn in a book, son. But realizing why it matters, that's how it starts. Josh hesitated, then added, my grandpa was in Vietnam. He never talked about it. I guess now I understand why. Something softened in Daniel's eyes. He knelt slightly, resting a hand on the boy's shoulder. Then, honor him. Don't let his silence be forgotten. From that day on, Josh returned every weekend with his mother. He began volunteering at the cemetery, helping with flags and memorial upkeep. Sometimes, he'd stand quietly beside Lily, sketching or just watching the guards march. Slowly, a new kind of respect grew, one born from understanding, not fear. Months later, on Veterans Day, a ceremony filled the air with solemn pride. Daniel stood in his crisp uniform, and this time, Josh walked up to him after the event, holding a small folded flag. I wanted you to have this, he said. It was my grandpa's. I think he'd be proud of you. Daniel's voice caught as he accepted it. No, son, he said softly, he'd be proud of you. As the sun set over the white marble rows of headstones, Daniel looked at Lily and Josh, two young lives learning what true honor meant. He realized that maybe his duty wasn't just to guard the tomb. It was to remind the living why it mattered. And somewhere deep inside, He felt peace, the kind that comes not from silence, but from passing on the respect that holds a nation together.